I'm Teresa Bennett. I have with me today David Smith Jr.
It's good to see you again.
Likewise. I love that blazer. Pick a kid. What is Pick a Kid about? Let's talk about that.
So you got stuff that you really like, and the stuff that you really love, and then you got stuff that you really, really love. I really love this. This is my most neat project. Started in 2014. I've been We've been helping families for the duration of our time with school supplies, with laptops, with jackets, with just community involvement. We use a three-word mission: spiritually, scholastically, and emotionally. We just try to develop people with those three things.
Sounds like, man, y'all have really come together to do something great.
Thank you.
So, how did it get started, or
tell me
a little bit about that?
I'm just a normal guy, and I have a great relationship with Christ. My father is a preacher, and he just kind of taught me how to hear from God and how to develop that relationship. And God just said, do this. Literally, he said, do this. And the cool thing about it is he said, do this. School's about to happen in 3 weeks, and I had no money because I just quit a job.
Okay. Just quit a job. What were you doing before you hearkened to God's voice and was obedient? What were you doing before?
Leave that obedient word alone. I was a teacher by trade. Okay. But I have a degree in public relations, and I was trying to jump into that field, and it just didn't work out for me. And so I was in the position of running from God, not really listening, to go back to education. And in the middle of that, kind of cool how he works, I wasn't listening, but he still spoke to me. But I heard this, and so in the middle of me leaving a job to go back home to teach, he said, hey, when you go home, go do this too. So it's kind of where it happened.
And you followed in his footsteps?
I did, and it's so neat that my favorite preacher told me a few months ago, where God guides, he provides. And so from 2014 to current, he just provided me with more than I can. Like, we would have to talk for some days for me to detail how much he's provided in the means of school supplies, in the means of support, and really, really and truthfully, and just in the means of love. I feel so loved. Kind of almost like I feel really respected at a really young age for nothing. I don't know why these people respect me so much. I don't even know why they listen to me whenever I say let's do something. I'm still trying to figure out why David Smith Jr., not my daddy. I know why they listen to my
daddy. David Smith Jr.,
me.
The junior, little one.
I don't know why they listen to me. And they listen and they come. Like, they just don't listen and click like or say cool. They show up. Like, they get out of their beds and come work all day with me.
What do you think it is about David Smith Jr. that brings the masses in?
I think that God really likes me. Like, no, I get it that he loves us, but I think he really likes me. Kind of like...
So he got favor on you.
Like the light of favor just is... It's even in my curls. Like, he just likes me. And a lot of times when I'm in prayer and I'm like, God, I know I don't love you like I should. And like, I'm kind of starting to feel emotional. I'll just be like, how do you like me so much? Like, why do you like... No, I get it. You sent your son. I get the biblical aspect.
All of that.
But like you and me, like, why do you like me so much? And why do you make people like me so much? I'm still, I've been feeling like this for the last 6 years. And each morning I wake up and start my daily routine to head to Washington Marion. I always ask God, why do you like me so much?
Right.
Like, I know why I like you. You did a bunch for me.
Why do you like me?
You do nothing for you except make you upset.
I think that's just kind of how... That's the kind of God we serve.
Yeah.
We don't have to do anything. You know, it's not because of anything we've done, anything we've said. None of those things. I think that's just the God we serve. So
it's fun. It is fun.
With the years that you've been doing Pick a Kid, you spoke of how the masses come out from 14 up until now. Kind of, I know you said it would be some days. It would take you some days. But if you can kind of tell me a little bit about that experience from 14 up until now.
First time just ding. I got on Facebook. People responded. Some other people joined forces with me, and we created an event. We called it Fill the Backpack.
Okay.
Literally, the first time we did it, kids brought backpacks in, and we filled them with school supplies.
Amazing.
It was neat. It was like people were hugging and crying, and there's a very personal experience that I had there that really changed my life. There's a story in the Bible, the woman at the well. She didn't have much, but she gave everything she had. And so there's a lady, and I speak about her all the time. Everything she had was she showed up to the event at 6 a.m. She beat me to my first event.
Wow.
Can I help you? I said, yes, please. I don't remember what I asked her to do because I'm real. I'll do it myself. Like at the gumbo, you asked me 4 times. I was like,
right. Let me do something. Yeah, let me do something. Which I enjoy, by the way.
Thank you. So she did her thing. She left. She walked home, brought her kids back, and we noticed that she was walking home again. So we brought her home. So that was my first event. Really, really intimate, and like literally people were hugging each other, crying. And I left home and I said, man, people were this emotional over school supplies.
Over school supplies. How much more? That probably led to how much more?
And so that's exactly what happened. So we infused some games, but the big project was, let's teach high school seniors how to get ready for jobs. So we infused those 2 projects. That was the second year. The third year we decided to say, again, I was so excited about thanking people. I said, man, let me spend about $300 of my money and say thank you. And some people say it's crazy. Why are you telling people thank you for, I don't get nothing. My life is so rich for this. So I just want to say thank you. So we invited some folks over to eat some gumbo and just say thank you. Got some guys to come play some music, and so we took those 3 events, and then we moved to the next year, and then we added a coat drive.
Okay.
And so with the coat drive, we just asked people to come eat some gumbo, bring some jackets, and then we would give the coats out and give the kids a little fall break fun. And so that's brought us to current, where we jam all of those projects together, and I just feel so excited about them. I want to do them everywhere. Literally, I wish I could quit my job
and just go out everywhere,
all over the world. Like, give me a flight and give me $50 to eat, and let's go change some lives. Like, that excites me for real. Because going back to what I said to you earlier, I wake up still trying to figure out why God likes me so much. So that's like the least thing I could do is to
give back.
Just go bring Him to other people.
Right.
So that's kind of where I'm sitting now.
That is amazing. It sounds like you are on an upward move. Not just you, everybody that has joined forces with you. It sounds like you guys are really taking off. I heard or seen somewhere you guys helping out some schools with computers or laptops.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
That's also really neat. I have a degree in how to interview.
Okay.
And so I think that it's so important to grab, especially the bigger people that we service is underprivileged youth.
Okay.
And when I say underprivileged, I'm not speaking underprivileged in love. Just sometimes their parents' income doesn't match other people's parents' income.
Right.
But like we had a full conversation about hair products. Just because I can't afford the most expensive don't mean I want to feel like I got the most expensive stuff in my head.
Right. I can totally agree.
That's why I got this brooch. So basically I want to teach them how to interview, how to be prepared for an opportunity. My favorite quote given to me by a family member says, preparation plus opportunity equals success. So I want to do a really good job at preparing them for their opportunity. And so the whole laptop thing is just, I just want to dangle something over them that they need. If you're going to college, you need a laptop.
For sure.
So you dangle the laptop over them, they're going to interview as best they can, they're going to write the best essay, they're going to do community service, they're going to get great letters of recommendation. We bundle all that together.
Okay.
And it's so crazy that they think I'm selling them a laptop. I'm selling them an experience of a lifetime.
Wow.
Because once they leave, they're going to take this interviewing process with them.
Right. And so tell me a little bit about that. How do you make the selections? Does the school make the selections? Does people on your committee? How do the students get involved? Like, what is it that they need to do in order to...
There is no selection process.
Okay.
Brief stint of my history. I graduated high school with a 3.44. Obviously, one of my gifts is public speaking.
Right.
At my high school, you had to make a 3.5 to give a speech. And it hurt my feelings.
You was right there.
It hurt my feelings to these red shoes.
That's deep.
It's deep.
Them red
It's
shit,
deep.
that's deep.
It's deep. It hurt my feelings, and so I couldn't I couldn't give a speech.
Uh-huh.
And I said, as soon as we started this project, when we were talking about the criteria of who's allowed, the only thing that allows you to apply is you have to go to some kind of secondary education.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to a trade school, anything, but you can't just sit at home and get a laptop.
Okay.
If you barely made out of high school, but you got aspirations to go to college, come see me.
Come on in. Okay.
And think about it theoretically. The people who have the 4.0s probably don't need help interviewing.
Yeah.
It's the people that barely got in. So that's the criteria. The other buy-in is that if you really like this program and you went to Westlake High School,
Mm-hmm.
give me a call. Because I need your help to get funds. I can't do everything.
Right.
And so I can't go find money for Westlake, especially, and this is just the truth, I don't have a buy-in to Westlake.
Okay.
I have a buy-in to Washington Marion because I go there every day. I have a buy-in to Vinton because I'm from there. But I don't have a buy-in to Westlake. So I need alumni across these different schools that are as excited as I am.
To kind of pull in, help. Hey, you're excited about this. This is something you're passionate about too. Let's link up together. Let's get it done, man.
It definitely.
That sounds amazing.
I'm trying to span this as far as again. I'm very, very careful to hear God's voice. I've been doing this long enough to understand every move isn't a good move. But I think that this coming into the 5th year of this style of work, I think I've grown up enough to take my diaper off, put my pull-ups on.
Put your big boy pants on and red shoes. And your red shoes. And go do it.
And go do it. So
Gotta get it done.
I think this is the year.
So if somebody was interested, somebody from Westlake, from Moss Bluff, they're interested and they want to be a part, how would they go about...
Well, they can, reach out to me through the social mediums, obviously. They can give me a phone call. I've probably told my cell phone number to interviews 40 times. So I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
337.
337.
764.
764.
68.
68.
74.
74.
Give me a call, shoot me a text. I am the most busiest non-busy person you ever meet because I'll stop what I'm doing to return a call for a Pick a Kid. Unless, obviously, if I'm teaching, I can't stop teaching.
Okay.
But just give me a call, man, and because the thing about me, remember I told you a second ago, every move is a good move. I gotta hear your heart first.
Right.
And if you want to give me $4,000 so you can slap your name on top of this,
kind of not for sure, man. You want somebody genuine. What's your motive behind it? Definitely. Sure.
And it's gonna be hard for me to turn away that $4,000, but I think
that with God leading.
That's it.
He's gonna provide either way it goes.
He's been doing it already, so he definitely blesses the pure in heart, and I think that's maybe why he likes me, because I really try to be pure in my heart. It's difficult. It is difficult. It's difficult, because a lot of people sometimes want to pat me on the back, and I'm not so religious to say, don't pat me on the back, it's all God. I'm a human being, and I know this probably ain't cool to say in the church, but every now and then I need a little pat on my back. Every now and then I need somebody to say, keep going, man. Sometimes I get tired, sometimes. This last year was rough for us. We went through some changes, and some people came.
Like what kind of changes?
Oh, this is an interview, so I gotta be honest. I had some differences with some people that were very close to me.
Okay.
And I really can't explain the differences, not because I'm scared to talk about them.
Right. Just don't really know. Don't really know, but you knew there was something.
And they made decisions to do other things. And so I woke up one morning and I'm a genuine person, so and being genuine, I cry all the time. I don't cry that much in public. I'm a little too old and big for that, but I shut that door, turn that shower on, and let them tears fall. And I just remember looking up, questioning if I was in the right spot, because when those people decided to go elsewhere, and let me say, for the time that they invested with my vision. Because even though I'm so thankful to the public, this is still my vision.
Right.
For the time they invested, I'm still immensely thankful.
Right.
But my feelings were immensely hurt. And I'm sure that theirs were too, which is probably why they left. But I remember looking up at the shower head and just crying.
Probably kind of questioning, is this for me? Am I doing the right thing?
Have I left a good enough mark where, because I'm a school teacher. This happens in the summer. I used to love to have my summers off. And so at that point, I'm like, well, man, am I supposed to go on vacation or something? And I just looked
Am
up.
I supposed to be doing something else?
I was crying, you know. I had $61. $61. And I looked up and I just said, hey, God, whenever Moses got ready to go into, to take the people into another spot, he just said, God, if you don't go, we can't go. And I just said, God, if you don't lead me, this last year was the last one. And I dried up my tears and
got yourself together.
Because I can't want nobody to know I had some red eyes.
Got yourself together.
Put me some nice clothes on and had lunch. And nothing happened the next day. I ain't got no miracle story. I went to the shower and it was the same thing again. And God just showed himself mighty in that summer. We had the coolest event this past year that we've ever had. Kids got bracelets with our logos on them. We helped a ton of families. We had 3 photographers. We had photo booths. We had all kind of games. Everybody had plenty of food. We gave away tennis shoes.
And where was this event?
In Vinton.
In Vinton?
This was on the side of my heart because Vinton is my heart.
Okay.
I'm from Vinton, small town boy. The people there just, I don't know why they like me, but they like me.
But they like you.
I get why God liked me because that's kind of what he came for. I don't know why they like me, but
you're a very likable person. Just having to talk with you.
I guess.
No, I'm telling you.
Thank you. But they like me. They like me, and so they just, and I'm like, let's do it. They're like, yeah. Like, what's really neat is if you meet someone in Vinton, if you meet someone in New York, if you meet someone in Texas, you know, people not that much different.
No.
And so I think why they like me is because I'm okay with saying, this is what I want to do. And I'm okay with having egg on my face. Because what's crazy, I threw a basketball camp 9 years ago. And me and my dad bought all kind of stuff.
Okay.
And the camp lasted 3 weeks. So that's egg on my face.
Yes.
It's egg on my face. And I'm not scared to have egg on my face. And I think
there's not a lot of people like that.
True. I think that they were okay. I think that they support that. Because egg gets on my face sometimes. We threw an event this year where we bought laser tags and s'mores, and it was super windy, and 13 kids came. Now they had a blast, but we were prepared for hundreds.
Right.
And so I had egg on my face. And this is why, not because 13 kids showed up, but I prepared for hundreds of kids. So I invite all these different people, and they get there, and you know, they whispering when people going like, shh. They're like, where them kids at?
Yeah, where the kids at? I thought this was supposed to be something big.
Egg. Another egg. And so I think that I'm not scared to have egg on my face, and I can take the egg for some people.
Right.
So they'll slide.
I don't think I can, I'm not good at having egg on my face. If something don't go how I planned it or what I expect it to be, so I kind of think that's probably why people kind of flock to you.
I can see it. I don't mind, you know. And I think that people are okay with contributing. Like the whole background thing is a blessing and a curse as the center stage. Of course, I'm the face of Pick a Kid, but when something doesn't go right, I'm the face
you're
of
also
Pick a
the
Kid.
face of it. Yep.
Those background contributors, I'm gonna make sure I say thank you to them. But if it doesn't go right, nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. So I think all that kind of stuff plays into the immense support that I've been shown for the last 5 years. Kind of neat that at 23 years old, God gave me this vision, and He's just kept His hand on my life, and He's kept it going and kept it focused, and He's just really just did His thing. Like, I mean, I've read articles, because sometimes I get in rough spots, and I read articles about some of our events, and it propels me to do this.
To want to go so much more.
Just let's bring this to Sulphur. Let's bring this to
So
Lake
what's
Charles.
next? So we've talked about everything that you've done from 14 up until now, all the wonderful events. What can we expect next from Pick a Kid? What happens now? Where are we at?
I'm never nervous, but I'm so nervous to say this. And I'm never nervous. I'm not nervous. I'm just nervous because, you know, a lot of times we say things and I'm dancing still because I'm working some nerve.
You're David Smith Jr. You're not nervous.
No, I'm nervous. I just pray all the time, so I don't look nervous. I'm ready to do this same thing in Vinton. I'm ready to take the same thing to Sulphur. And I'm ready to do the same thing in Lake Charles.
Wow.
So, I'm nervous. I know there's a ton of people who probably, like, it's kind of tied together. I said, you know, people feel the same way. So I'm sure there are a ton of people in Sulphur who can't wait to do something like this in Sulphur.
Right.
Like, I have friends in New Orleans who are going to push to do this in New Orleans. I have a friend in Houston who is going to bring the laptop award to Houston.
Because sometimes all people need is a sounding board. I oftentimes be like, well, I want to volunteer. I want to do something. How do I give back? How do I do something? So it's also giving people an opportunity, like you said, that have the same ideas, same passion, same drive to want to help the youth, but just kind of don't know where to get started. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do I do? So this gives them an outlet. And
I think that it's really, it's coherent that we joked about my red shoes and my big boy pants, but I think that my favorite people to follow were older than me.
Okay.
And so I think that, I know that because we've been doing this long enough, I could write a book on the do's and don'ts of nonprofit work. And I think that I've mastered enough of this small portion that if I'm asking someone to follow me, I'm not blind leading blind. I think I'm old enough to tell them, don't walk in this puddle. It's how you walk around.
Right.
And I'm praying that is the guiding light to moving into Sulphur. And like, because I'm going to have to cry a bunch of tears to get enough resources.
For sure.
You know,
for sure.
And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with getting on my face before God. And I think that this is why I think it's so important to branch out. There's a story in the Bible. God gave one guy one talent, somebody gave him 2, and somebody else he gave him 5. And so when he came back, he asked those people about those talents. And the guy with 5, he turned it into 10. The guy with 2, he turned it into 4. And the gentleman with 1, he buried his into the ground. And that really angered the master. He took his talent and he gave it to the one with the more, who got the most profit. And although this is not that same style of event, I think that the talent that God gave me is leadership.
For sure.
And I think that I don't think, based on God's word, I know that if I don't move this leadership talent to grow more leaders, because I can't comfortably teach you how to interview if I'm not willing to teach you how to lead and eventually follow. And I think if I sit on this leadership talent, at some point, whenever things go south and I cry in the shower and I look up to heaven and I say, am I supposed to take a summer vacation? I was going to say yes.
Yeah, you're off now. It was snuffed from you. Yeah.
He took, Moses couldn't move into the promised land because he had spent his time. And I want to remain as close to Joshua as long as I can. And so I think that this is the year that I fully lean on trust. Trust is so much different than like. Like has got me 4 years of Pick a Kid. Right. But it don't matter if I like you. I trust you. Like, not only do I like you, you're my only source of supply. And that's where I sit this year. Because God gave me enough rope last year to see, I got you.
I got you.
Just now this time,
forward. Yeah.
I got a rope around my waist and a cliff. And
you gotta make a move.
I'm back in the shower. Hey, I'm jumping, fam.
Yeah.
But if I hit that bottom, this, I guess I can't say that I don't mind having egg on my face and I don't mind jumping. So I guess, in fact, I'm really not nervous. Bring the eggs on. Just don't get on my shoes.
Don't mess up your red shoes.
I got more nice shoes than this. So waste up. So that's kind of where we are. I'm just ready to.
That's exciting, man.
Oh, I can't wait.
That's exciting.
It is the most pent up energy that I've ever experienced in my life.
It's almost like I feel it, like the energy.
Man. It's like
it's gonna be a great movement.
I at this point, I have to speak it so.
Yes.
Because I woke
Speak it
up
into
too many
existence.
nights, too many mornings, tossing and turning about the decision to tell people that this is what I want to do. Because, I mean, just like anything, you know, when the people were getting ready to cross the Red Sea, they didn't see what was waiting. You know, God gave them flowing milk and honey, gave them manna from heaven. They didn't see that because they saw the water.
Right.
And truthfully, I see the budget that's required to hold. So I don't know what's on the other side. And how dare I say I trust God and He likes me and I don't think He's gonna part that seed. How dare I?
Right.
If that's the case, I better stop saying I'm His, because I ain't.
Yeah.
Because I know my daddy, David Smith, He give it all to me.
Right.
Whatever I need, my father, and I'm a Bible boy. You know what the Bible said about that?
Yeah.
If your father, we supposed to be interviewing, I'm over here preaching to
That's all right. That's all right. I feel like I just had this conversation with somebody.
Yeah.
How much more will He do for
I mean,
us?
that's what he said. I didn't say it.
He said it.
I didn't say
He
it.
put it in His word.
I did not
I had
say
that conversation with someone. And it got, I totally, and I trust him at his word.
Yeah.
I'm like, you said, I didn't come up with this. You said for me to do this.
You know, I think the neatest part is that it simply says that His word won't come back void.
Right.
It really doesn't matter what I do. I refer to myself so often as a chipped up, broken, taped up vessel, because my only job is to be filled and poured out.
Yep.
Fill me up. He got to fill me up before August.
Yep.
Sometimes I don't know. I'll be like, man, come on. It's August 5th. School starts the 13th, and I'm tired. And I go to sleep and get a burst of energy.
All right. So it was really good. It's been a pleasure learning so much about Pick a Kid. It seems like you're really on an upward movement. You got the masses behind you. I'm curious though, the logo, how did you come up with that?
Well, thank you for your time, obviously. And as the theme has been with our conversation, I wish I had some really profound things to say. But a lady I went to high school with, we had been helping families for more than a year, and she said, "You don't have a logo." And I said, "I don't." We had been using anything, just whatever.
Something to get the name out there.
Yeah, so she sent me 5 designs, and so
Okay.
the people that we were working with, we met, and I actually didn't select this first. It was a world with children holding the world and a heart in the middle. And I thought that was really cool because I've always been a real visionary. But we selected this one, and so I'm like, okay, God, these people are going to ask me.
What does it mean?
And so I made up some real cool line, but this is the truth. I think that throughout this, you get to see the heart of the people that help me, the people that assist me, and you get to see my heart. And the reason I think that God allowed us to use this little bitty hand is we're just a little bitty part in the big scheme.
Right.
And in order for you to see my true heart and for my hand to extend blessings, I have to be connected to Christ. And so that's the big hand, and kind of just meshes together. Like, you get to see my heart, you get to see that I really want to help folks, but I can't help folks without this big hand. So
that is amazing. That's
how it
amazing.
happened.
It seems like it all worked out
It
perfectly,
did.
especially being that you were going to pick another logo, but then He already gave you the thought behind it, the idea, everything.
I guess that's why I kind of got a tattoo that says Romans 8:28. Kind of all works together. And I really love Him, and He looks out for me.
And Romans 8:28 says what?
For we know all things work together for good for those like myself who love God, and I believe that I'm called according to His purpose.
Wow.
That's my life.
Wow. So Mr. David, how do you go about getting donations? How do one donate? Do you just show up at Walmart and you like, I gotta get these rulers and packs of paper? Talk to me a little bit about that.
I think that you were being slightly sarcastic, but you're so correct. So basically, I just tell people I need some money, and they give me as much money as they think I need. Like, I want to give him $100, I want to give him $300, and so we get all this money. And
so, what do you do with all this money?
Great question. At first, I was like, "You got all this money," but if you go to the breakdown, so we host games.
Okay.
You gotta purchase the items to make those games. This year we wanted wristbands, so you gotta purchase those wristbands.
Right.
And then also too, this is something I never thought about. I can't ask all these people to come help me for all these hours and I don't feed them. So I gotta
That's
buy them some
important.
lunch. I gotta have drinks on deck. Now a lot of stuff is donated, but
Right.
there's a lot of miscellaneous things that you'll never think about that you need.
Until the time actually comes, and you're
And-
like, I didn't
And
think
my
about that.
first year, I didn't think about anything. So actually, at my events, I have a runner. It's like, hey, do we have scissors? Where's the scissors? Where's the scissors? Here, go get some scissors.
Right.
And so it's so neat to have a couple of dollars on hand to
Right.
be able to go purchase those small things. But if you ever went to Walmart with us, you'll see about 6 people under 30
Okay.
pushing 6 baskets full of school supplies
Wow.
on the day before. Now we spend days leading up. Literally, people will call us and say, "Hey, I saw a sale on notebooks," and so we'll fly to the sale and get as many notebooks as we can.
Right.
So it's so important that people kind of start making their pledges now,
Right.
because that's kind of how we used to have to do things.
Okay. So what do you do now? If that's how you used to do it, what do you do now?
We've been talking about all this God stuff. This is the neatest story.
Okay.
I was sitting in my bed on January 12th. I don't know why I remember dates so well. January 12th, I get an email from a lady named Christy Thomas
Okay.
in Ohio. I skim through the email and I say this: what this woman way in Ohio want to do with me? I closed the email out.
You didn't even read it.
I didn't.
Just shut it down.
I read, "Hey, pick a kid. Hey, pick a kid. Hello, David Smith." She didn't even say Junior.
Junior. That's what I think. That's what shut it down. Cause
No.
when she didn't put the junior in there, you was like,
When I
that's
seen
not for me.
Ohio, I ain't never been to Ohio. Shut it down. So God was like,
Yeah.
"Man, you tripping.
Yeah.
Open the email." On Martin Luther King's Day, January 15th, open the email. January 14th, open the email, and it looked really substantial. So basically, she said, "I like what you're doing in Louisiana. Can we set up a call?" But she was way more proper than me, which is why I didn't believe it. I was like, "That's computer generated." So
Right.
I said, "You know what?
I'm gonna do it anyway. What
This might be
can come
God.
out of it? Yeah.
So I sent her a message and she said, "Can I call you tomorrow at 8?" And I said, "This woman is really not real because everybody's at home on Martin Luther King Day." Sure enough, 9 a.m. It was 9. I asked her to call me at 10, but it ended up being 9 or something like that. So she calls me and I'm up. I'm actually drinking my coffee with my robe on. And I'm like, "Hello." And so we have a great conversation. And
Okay.
the culmination of the conversation was this. She works for a company who just launched a school supply house. And so
Okay.
I get to get school supplies for wholesale price.
All right.
I get to pre-order them. I can adjust my order within 10 days of my event, which means as school supplies come in,
You can kind of tweak
I
it
can,
as
right.
needed.
And we don't have to pay for things until a month after the event. So if we reach our event and we're struggling financially, we can still put smiles on these families' faces. We can worry
Wow.
about the financial part on the back end.
On the back end.
So
That
neat
is
that I told her
amazing.
on the phone, this is a God thing. And she said, "Well, I call it a God wing." And I'm really trying to be like my daddy. And I remember he used to talk on the phone and with a great conversation, he'll pray. So I just said, "Can I pray?" And she was like, "Yeah,
She
you're a
was open to
Christian."
that.
And so we had like a full church session. And so it's so neat that I'll be able to, one of the big problems is counting all that stuff.
Okay.
So I'm literally going to get an inventory sheet. Oh, and it's free shipping. So I'm going to get,
Wow.
yeah, free shipping over like $1,000, but $6.
Surely 6 buggies, and that's not a problem.
Well over $1,000. So I'm gonna get a sheet with everything I need. So the person who's gonna be doing inventory for me this year, they have an easy job this year. Last year it was like crazy.
Where do I even
And
start?
storage.
Uh-huh.
Man, I have a small apartment.
Uh-huh.
Just
Where do I keep
fill
all
my
this stuff?
apartment with food supplies. So the place where we have our events, they're super nice, but it's a little rough in the middle of the summer, which is baseball season, to have school supplies all over the gymnasium, like all over their closets of school supplies. So this whole operation just condenses all of that to literally a sheet of paper.
That's amazing.
Complete godly.
That's amazing.
So with the money, the biggest thing I do with the money is I feed the people that help me.
Right.
Obviously, I buy school supplies, and there's miscellaneous things that happen throughout the entire year that I'm able. The summer that I'm able to make sure I have resources, to cover. If I need to have a meeting with a donor. I mean, I'm a school teacher. I can't
Right.
always pay for the lunch, so
that
it's
money
cool.
goes into
It's cool to be able to like advertisement. That's a big thing.
for sure.
You know,
Just getting the word out there.
I have
getting
to
people
spend
involved.
resources on advertising, and so it's just really neat that people trust me so much. You know?
Mhm.
So
Right.
again, I'm glad I'm 5 years old because I'm sure more resources are gonna come
Right.
that I have to properly allocate.
And with those more resources coming, how would someone say, yes, this seems legit, it seems like he's doing a wonderful thing, I want to be a part of this, take my money? How does the process work?
So
I want to get involved.
we believe in legit donations. So your donations are tax deductible through Inspire Up. Inspire Up is my overseeing company.
Okay.
Inspired Up really, they just have guided me in this last year. Like when I tell y'all I grew up from 4 to 5, oh man. So they guided me and they taught me how to write receipts. They taught me to make sure I say thank you in a timely fashion. And so the donation is sent to Inspire Up and they kind of oversee us.
Okay.
So that way I'm able to give you a receipt with a number that you can use for tax purposes and things like that.
Now, is it Inspire Up on a website? Do I go to your
You
website?
can go to my website,
Which is?
pickakidla.com.
Okay.
That was a little too fast. Pick a kid, Pick, LA.com. It's just
Okay.
actually been renovated, so we got a lot of different pictures, and if you want some Pick a Kid gear, you can find it there. We have a ton of shirts and just all kind of merchandise that like. The second favorite thing is to see someone on social media with a Pick a Kid shirt on, or see it in the background, and just know that not only do people support me, they think wearing this stuff is cool.
So we can hashtag our take a selfie and hashtag
Definitely.
pick a kid.
Pick a Kid, definitely.
Well, Mr. David Smith Jr., I would just like to thank you so much again for taking this time to educate me on your organization, Pick a Kid. I felt like I've learned so much and am so grateful for your time. Is there any final remarks you'd like to say?
Thank you for your time. And to you guys who've been so gracious to watch this and be a part of these programs, I want to start off by telling you how deeply appreciative I am for your support, how deeply appreciative I am for your ears, how deeply appreciative I am for your hands and for your feet. I'm so appreciative for your ears because those are the windows to your soul, and your soul motivates you to act, to move, and to give. Without the gifts, without the support and your time, I'm not very sure how this would work. So you guys, I'm really thankful. I have one request. I hope, I pray, and I diligently await just how much we can do together. So again, I'm so thankful for you, and I can't wait to change the world hand in hand with you guys. Thank you so much.